Hi everyone, I'm Kate. I'm an English teacher here on Verbling. And today's class is for intermediate students who want to practice their conversation. So essentially what we'll be doing today is just practicing casual speaking. So this is a class where you can apply some of the things that you've learned in your Verbling classes. So whether that's grammar, new vocabulary, whatever. For those of you who don't know, Verbling is a language learning platform with classes available 24 hours a day in English and Spanish, and it also offers private tutoring.
Hi, everybody.
So, hi. Okay, so let me welcome the students that are here. Let's see. Hi, Husam.
Hi, sure. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Doing very well, thanks. How do you pronounce your name?
It's Husam.
Husam. Okay.
Husam.
Okay. Nice
Good.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And where are you calling from?
I'm from Morocco.
From Morocco. Okay, very cool. Morocco is beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. And hello, Ali.
Hi, Kathleen.
How's it going?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
You changed your place?
I did. I finally was able to move back to to move back home. I was waiting on a visa. So,
Okay.
anyway.
Where are you now? In Andorra? Or?
No, I live in Spain, in Barcelona. So I'm sitting. Luckily, my internet cable reaches just outside to my porch. So,
Okay.
yeah. All right. So let's see. Who else do we have here? Hi, Summing.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Glad to see you again.
Good. Nice to see you. Okay. And hi, Bob.
Hi, Kathleen.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
Doing well, thanks. Where are you from?
I'm from Rome.
From Rome. Very cool.
Thanks.
Okay. Hello, Adela.
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine, thanks. Thanks for asking.
Good. And hi, Rafa.
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone.
How's it going?
It's going perfect.
Perfect. Good. Rafa, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Madrid.
From
Spain.
Madrid.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Cool. Okay, so let's see. I think some of you have done a class like this with me before. And I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Kate, for those of you who I haven't had before in class. I'm from the United States, but I'm currently teaching English in Spain. So, so nice to meet you all. So today's class is really focused on speaking, right? It's sort of a casual conversation class, and the goal is to really improve your fluency in English and to practice speaking in a more natural context, right? So, so what I hope that you'll do in this class is try to use some of the things you've learned in other Verbling classes, right? So maybe you've learned some new grammar or new vocabulary, you know, anything that you want to try out. Maybe it's something you don't feel totally comfortable with. I hope this is sort of an opportunity for you to practice those things. And you can feel free to ask me, Kate, is that correct? And I can give you feedback, right? So it's a great opportunity to practice what you've been learning in your Verbling classes. Okay, so the way it works is, you know, we'll try to sort of have as natural of a conversation as possible. You can feel free to speak or jump in whenever you like. Just the one thing I ask is that you don't interrupt your classmates. But other than that, feel free. I like to hear from everyone. So, so to start off, what I'd like you to do is I want each person to think of 2 or 3 questions to ask the class. So questions that you think are interesting and that would be a good starting point for discussion. So I'll give you all, a couple of minutes to think of 2 or 3 questions that you would like to ask the class, sort of discussion starters. And that way, we'll be talking about things that interest all of you and not just topics that interest me, right? So, I'll be quiet now and I'll let you think of a few questions, and then we'll come back and start talking. Okay, and for those of you watching, if you've just joined watching, the students right now are thinking of questions to ask the class. So hopefully some questions that will lead to good discussion. And yeah, it can be about anything, right? So I think the last time that we did this, people asked about ways that they practiced English, so asking other students for advice on learning, improving their English. It can be about anything, about sports, about your job, right? About traveling, whatever you like. Okay. And welcome, Amari.
Hey teacher, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Good. So what we're doing now, everyone in the class is thinking of a few questions that they can ask the rest of the class that will sort of get our discussions started. So some sort of questions or topics for discussion. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Okay, so so you can obviously keep thinking of these, but would anyone like to start our discussion today with one of their questions?
Yes.
Okay, Hussam, go ahead.
Okay. I choose any person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will choose Rafa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Rafa. What's your favorite sport?
I rather play tennis. I play tennis as much as I can, and also here in my country there are another kind of tennis. It's called paddle. It's played in Argentina, France, and perhaps Italy, and Spain no more. And it's a different play, similar to tennis, but it is in a smaller court with 4 people playing.
And,
yeah.
And what's your favorite player for basketball?
In basketball, some of them I'm not very related with basketball, but perhaps the boyfriend of Shakira is in Barcelona. I don't know. I don't remember the name.
Good.
The boyfriend.
Good.
Rafa, is your favorite tennis player Rafa Nadal?
Yeah.
So the same name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
Rafa.
Thank you.
Good. And let's open this question up to the class. Does everyone like sports? Are sports popular in your country? Do you have any favorite sports teams or players?
Yes, teacher. I love to play soccer and watch on TV. And my favorite team is from Brazil, called Santos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Awesome.
don't have a favorite play soccer, but I really enjoy when I watch.
Hmm. And do you like to play as well?
Yes, I play for my company, for that company who
Hmm.
I work, and
Where I
I
work?
think yes, I think I am doing great when I play.
That's good.
Teacher,
Yes.
what's your favorite sport?
I actually like tennis a lot too. So kind of like Rafa. I was never very good at sports, but I was okay at tennis. And I think the games are fun to watch because everything happens very quickly.
Ah, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
you like Nadal, Rafael.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Ah,
like Nadal.
okay.
Okay, good. And it looks like we have had a new student just join us. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name?
My name's Jun Chao, and I'm new
Okay,
here.
Jun Chao. Okay, it's very nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Kate.
meet you.
Um,
Okay.
so basically, I've asked the students to come up with some topics for discussion,
Mhm.
and this class is sort of different from a lot of Verbling classes. The idea is just to have some casual conversation and practice speaking in a more kind of natural setting. So that's what we're doing today. So feel free to join in whenever.
Thank you anyway.
Okay, so let's have another topic posed or another question posed by another student. Who would like to ask a question to the class?
Maybe we can discuss about the same topic, but different way.
Okay.
Maybe is it better watching sport or doing sport, something like that?
Yeah,
And
good question.
and do you think is it fair some soccer player or other sport players earn too much money, a kind of astronomical,
An astronomical amount, yeah.
yeah, astronomical amount. Is it fair or not?
Good question. Great question. What do you think, class?
I think it's not fair because in this moment with the crisis, with the economic problems in every country, this quantity, this amount is excessive. I think it's not. I don't. I think I try to think about the the amount, but it's not possible for me because it's astronomical quantity amount. It's excessive, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. Other thoughts on this?
Continuing on the line, I think I agree with Adela. It's unfair, this astronomical quantity of money that many sports stars gain in less than 1 day. But on the other hand, we can consider that they have a lot of return in profit, a lot of money in return to his owner, to his clubs. They return a lot of money to them. For this reason, people that invest money in them are very realistic, and they need to return the money that they are investing. And for this reason, I think they pay so astronomical quantities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
In
Yeah,
the
good
other,
point.
in the other sport, minority sport, people don't have any money about the state or the government and need to work in another jobs different. Is not is professional in the sport, but need to complement with another possibility to have money because it's not can live with this.
Yeah, they can't support themselves just from playing the sports. Yeah. Good question. I mean, good response. And let's see, any other comments on this?
Yes, I agree. The others too. They earn too much money. Maybe most people can't see that amount of money, even their dream, something like that.
I can't even dream of that much money,
Yeah,
we would say.
yeah, and I think they make some profit from people's emotions, something like that. People support some teams and give their money for support them. People go to their match. Maybe they don't eat, they don't drink, and save some money. Something like that, and they support their team, and I think they earn some huge amount of money, and they don't care about other people. Something like that. Many people can't buy food, healthy food or water, something like that, and it's not fair, I think.
Similar to like actors, right? Some of these actors who are making so much money.
Yes, actors, singers, I don't know, maybe top models, something like that.
Yeah. Good points.
And maybe also another thing, you said actor, but I think that, for example, a football player is in a different situation, because I think that sport has also values. For example, today I think that we lost some values about, for example, soccer. Children play soccer to earn money, not to stay together or enjoy playing football, but just to dream about earning money and maybe marry some pretty girl. So I think that it's a little bit scary what soccer is becoming. For example, I think soccer because I like soccer.
Interesting. Yeah. And for most of you, is soccer the most popular sport in your country?
Yes, in my country, soccer is the most popular sport.
Most popular. Yeah. Okay, let's see. And Hussam, you said you had a question for Bob. What was your question for Bob?
Okay, I have a question for Bob. My question is, would you rather go to the swimming pool or the beach?
Good question.
Okay, it's a good question, and I would respond to you that I prefer go swimming in a pool, because actually I don't like sand that stick on your skin. So, but I like swimming, so I usually go to swim in pool.
Good. And one note, with prefer, so with would rather, you would say I would rather go. But if you use prefer, you have to say I prefer to go. We have to use the to. Just a small note.
Thank you.
So I know what you mean though, but so you don't like the ocean that much because the salt sticks to your skin?
No, sand.
The sand. Okay. Do you live near the ocean, Bob?
Actually, near Mediterranean.
Near the Mediterranean. Okay. And others, what do you think?
And maybe if you go to the beach, you have to be careful about sunburn. You have to use sunscreen, something like that.
But not at the pool? At the pool you could get sunburned.
If there is a closed pool, I don't know.
Like an indoor pool.
Yeah, indoor pool, you don't need something like that.
A luxury pool. Does anyone prefer the ocean to a swimming pool?
Yes, I almost go to the beach every day, but
that sounds nice.
Yeah, when I need to practice my swimming skill, I will go to the pool. Yeah, because the ocean is the water is very false.
Yeah, it's rough, right? We say the ocean is rough. Yeah.
Rough. Yeah.
So I like the ocean as well. I like to swim in the ocean, I think, more than in a pool, if I can. It's nice. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, let's hear another. Oh, yeah?
Okay, we don't have an ocean, but in my country there is some sea, Mediterranean Sea, something like that. And the water is a kind of, I don't know, salty, something like that.
Salty?
Yeah, and if you swim in the sea, it could be make pain in your eyes, something like
it hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
okay.
Salty.
That's true. That's true, yeah. Good.
Continuing on the line, I think it's different, the sensation, the feelings that you feel swimming in the ocean or in the sea that in the swimming pool. I think, at least in my opinion, swimming in a swimming pool is better to do exercise and to work out or to improve your skills in swimming, but swimming at the sea, it's more for pleasure, at least for me. You enjoy with the nature, with the feeling of the waves in your body, and looking at the sea, looking at the sky too. And the feelings are very different, and I prefer enjoying the sea that in a swimming pool. But also, it's very useful to go to the swimming pool because you can do a lot of exercise in that another way.
Yeah, so you see them as having different purposes. I think that's true, yeah. Good. Okay, let's hear a new topic for discussion. Who would like to pose a different question to the class?
I have a question. Would you rather, for everyone, would you rather go to what do you prefer to go on vacation?
In my case, I prefer to get a travel for different countries. For example, my next vacation, I would like to go in Italy because a lot of people talk Italian, and I would like to practice my Italian.
Do you speak Italian, Amari?
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, cool.
I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and a little English, and a little Italy.
Yeah, I feel like if you speak Spanish and Portuguese, Italian would come more easily.
Yes, some words is very similar.
Yeah, it seems like it. Good, so Amari would like to go to Italy, or somewhere where they speak Italian. Other thoughts? Where do you like to go on vacation? And it could even be what's your dream vacation, right? Somewhere amazing that you would like to go.
If I may, talking about my dreaming vacation, I would like to have a year off. I don't know in English when you have a year off.
Yeah, take a year off. We say to take a year off.
I take a year off and traveling around the whole world, going to the west, to the west, to the east, and visiting different countries in America, in Asia, and enjoy at least 15 days in every country. Could be very amazing experience.
Definitely. So kind of travel all around the world.
Yes, I think everyone wants to travel around the world if you have enough time and money. Free time.
Yeah, that's true. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. I like to travel. I like to see new places, maybe different places, and meet new people from different culture. I like to see. Maybe I wonder about some Asian country like China or India, and maybe some Arabic country like Egypt. I want to see pyramids.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be, I've never traveled really to the east anywhere, and I would love to go to, like Ali was saying, to China and Japan and all of those places.
Yeah, it's interesting for me.
Yeah.
Kind of places.
Mm-hmm. What about the rest of you? What's your ideal vacation?
For example, for me, traveling all along Europe, but I would like to go to America.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that the tickets to fly to America are really expensive.
So expensive, yeah.
Yeah. And so I would plan to maybe rent a motorbike in the States and take a long ride in the States. That would be, I think, a good way to see more states,
Mm-hmm.
and then a way to enjoy traveling in the States.
Definitely, yeah. Kind of like a road trip, but on a motorcycle. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of people in Europe who go to the States and then do something like that where they drive along Route 66 across the whole country, right? And they see, I feel like a lot of people here have seen more states in the United States than I have. So. Seriously. It's a big place. Yeah. And speaking of that, I feel like I haven't traveled that much in my own country. I have a lot to see still in the United States. Have all of you traveled around your own country? Have you been to a lot of different places? Tell me about that.
Sorry, teacher, could you repeat that question?
Yeah, sure. So that made me think about the fact that I haven't traveled very much in the United States, in my own country. Have you traveled a lot around your country? Have you seen, you know, the different parts of your country and the different cities? You know, have you explored your own country a lot?
For example, in my case, I explore Mexico more than my country. I visited a lot of cities here, maybe 15 cities in Mexico, more or less. I didn't remember the number, but I think it's a good deal because you can learn about the civilization and the history about the country. For example, I think I needed to visit more places in my country because I don't know, my country is too big and I needed more money. I needed to save money to do it.
Yeah, it's the same thing in the U.S., right? It's so big, you would need so much time and money to explore everything.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for me, I think it's the same. I have been different cities in my country, but not all cities I have been. Maybe I saw 50% cities in my country, but I think most of cities similar each other. You know, there is some nothing interesting. Maybe it's similar the city you live or another cities. That's why maybe I didn't visit them. If there is something interesting, I try to go to there and to see something like that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Sometimes big cities can feel like they're the same or similar, but I think that there are certain cities that are just really cool and interesting and that they really are different. I don't know, what do you think, class?
I think every country has many places to visit, very interesting and so amazing, even though for the proper people that live there. I know many places in my country, in Spain. Many times I am surprised by friends that tell me, go to that place, it's amazing, it's gorgeous, could you go there and visit this place? It's fantastic. But on the other hand, when you are visiting another countries, I think you have a better idea of the difference between the humankind. You know, differences about the lifestyle, differences about opinions, cultures, behaviors, and it's more powerful. You can enrich yourself with different point of view if you are visiting different countries, different cultures. I think it gives you more freedom, more liberty in your opinion, more free mind. For this reason, I prefer go to visit another countries more than my country. One way, if you don't have enough money, is to teach your own language. You can visit. It's a privilege, I think, because you can visit everywhere, teaching your language, Spanish or English or Arabic or other. English perhaps is the most interesting because people need to talk English more than others, but it's a very good way to visit different countries and enrich yourself with different cultures. That's my opinion.
That's definitely true. Yeah, and that's how I've been managing to travel, is by teaching English abroad. So, and I think I really liked what Rafa said about like, you know, being able to compare where you travel to your own culture, right? I think you learn a lot about your own country by traveling abroad. right? Because you can compare, you can see the differences, and I think you begin to appreciate some things about where you come from as well.
Do you travel much, teacher? In Europe, I think.
Yeah, I've traveled. I mean, a lot of times what happens is when Americans come to Europe, for us, everything is so close comparatively, right? So we feel like we have to take advantage of the fact that we're in Europe and travel all around. So over the past couple of years, I've tried to travel as much as I could, always on a budget, but yeah. What about you, Ali?
What difference between your country and Europe?
I'm sorry. So Bob asked a good question. On a budget means with not a lot of money. So in a poor way, right? Okay. So interesting question, Ali. Differences between, I mean, there are a lot of them. I would say people in Europe are much more conscious of environmental issues. I think people, the lifestyle is just really different. Like especially in Spain compared to, for example, living in Barcelona compared to New York City. In New York City, everyone's very stressed out and moving, 1,000 miles an hour. But here it's a little bit more relaxed. And I think people are, the U.S. has a lot of extremes. So extremes, we're the most obese country, right? There are a lot of issues with that. People eat very unhealthily. So I don't know. I've just noticed culturally, I think there are some things that I appreciate a lot more about how Europeans seem to live. But I also appreciate some things about the U.S.
Good.
And yeah, and what about, have you traveled a lot in Europe, Ali?
No, I just traveled to Germany last year, and I plan to travel maybe in October again to Europe. Maybe I would visit some countries, Netherlands, maybe.
Very nice.
Belgium or France, maybe. I don't know.
Good. Okay, any other comments on this subject? If not, someone can feel free to propose a new question to the class. I know some of you have still not gotten the chance to ask your questions to the class, so feel free to do that.
I want to ask a question to the class. I would ask, what do you think is more effective to improve your English? I mean, what do you, referring to your experience, find more effective to improve your English?
Okay, that's a good question. In my case, for example, I have been learning English 8-9 months. So I think when you learn to stop your native language in your brain, you can do it better than others, in my opinion. So I try to do a lot of exercises to stop my native language, my thoughts in my language, and I think I do it better than others or than before. In my case, sometimes I forgot some words, but it's normal, I think.
And how do you do that exactly? What do you mean by stopping? How do you stop thinking in your native language?
For example, sometimes when I try to speak English and I don't know how can I explain oh my gosh, I try to looking for a new words or phrase in my language. So I needed to stop this one, a lot of time because this is my problem. I needed to think in English all the time. So it's better when I do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're trying not to translate from your native language. Instead, you're trying to
Exactly.
just think in English. Okay, yeah,
Exactly.
interesting. Comments, responses? So again, Bob's question was, what are your strategies for learning English? What has been...
One of the most interesting I find out is to talk aloud in English as much as you can, talking along, speaking up, trying to express yourself, your ideas in English, even though nobody listen you, like a crazy man on the street talking in English. But it's very useful. You could express yourself better and better every time.
This is a good one. Yes, I do it all the time too. In my case, when I started my job in the company, my boss told me, "Oh, you needed to learn English and you needed to explain about your roles and responsibilities, what you are doing here." So when I start the new conference in my job, oh my gosh, I get nervous. I don't know what I I needed to do because my English was terrible. So I think when I stop my nerves, when I get patient, I get more vocabulary. I can do it. Yes, I think I do it better after.
Yeah, good. I think there's definitely that idea that you can't be afraid of making mistakes, right? Because you have to
Exactly.
make mistakes.
Yes, I have in my job I have a big group and a lot of people there speak English very well. So oh my gosh, when I needed to start and explain something about my roles, my responsibilities, I can do it in Spanish, I can do it in Portuguese, Italian, but in English it was very terrifying for me. So I think, oh my gosh, when I learned Spanish, it was very easy because I don't be afraid. So I needed to do the same in English, and I do it, and I can do it all the time right now. I think, I think, and I do.
Good. Yeah, it seems like you're confident now in English.
Yes,
And that's
sometimes
good.
yes, when I stay driving my car, I put some music in English and I try to repeat it. I like to read a book and I do a lot of things in different moments in my day.
That's great. So you're kind of immersing yourself in English.
Yes, yes.
Good. What are some other strategies or even maybe some difficulties you've come across?
Sorry, teacher?
So I just asked, what are some other strategies students have used or students think are effective for learning English? And maybe also what have been some of the more difficult things? So I know you addressed actually some of them, right? Feeling scared or, you know, not feeling very confident. That's definitely a difficulty. What are some other things that are difficult or some things that worked well for you?
I think it depends why you learning English. If your goal or your purpose to learn English because of your career or your exams, I don't know, something like that. You have to study grammar or tenses or something like that. You know, you have to study from the books. Uh, Maybe you take some courses or something, lessons, something like that. If you want to only understand people and talk to people, you want to explain yourself, I think the best way is practice, you know. Too much speaking if you have a chance, make a friend, maybe boyfriend or a girlfriend, a native speaker. I think it's the best way. You talk to each other too much and you can improve your English.
Yeah, a lot, right? Not too much. And that's funny. Ali, remember Ali was in a class with me the other day, and we had a student who said the most helpful thing for her when she was learning English was to have a boyfriend who spoke English. So.
And in my language, we have a kind of joke.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Was it your class?
It was in my class. Yeah. Why don't you tell the class about that? That was funny.
Yeah, we use the same word for language and tongue. You know, it's the same in Turkish, and some people say if your tongue don't touch another tongue, you can't learn a language, something like that.
Yeah, so it's like play on words, right?
Yeah, that means you have to make a boyfriend or girlfriend if you want
to learn a language well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a funny expression, but it's true. A lot of people learn languages that way. It's very true.
Yeah, it maybe motivate you to learn English, to understand your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Definitely.
The power of love.
The power of love. It's true. Any other thoughts on this?
I have found really difficult, for example, to improve my English from films. Because a lot of people said to me to watch film with subtitles, and I've tried
in English, right?
English with subtitles.
With subtitles also in English?
At first, I watched film with an Italian subtitle, but I couldn't focus on what the character says because I was focused reading the subtitles. Then I tried to put the English ones, but it was really deep. Maybe I could. I have improved my my comprehension of the accent, but it was really difficult to see the film and to understand what happens because it's I think that were two things that I was doing two things in one.
Okay. Yeah, so it's sort of either you focus on the language and then you're not watching the film, or yeah, I see what you mean. But I think that's a really good strategy for learning languages, which is, watching a movie or a TV show in English with subtitles in English, because then you're hearing and reading at the same time. And it sometimes takes a while. You might have to watch 2 or 3 times, but it's helpful because you learn things that you might not learn in the classroom, right? More colloquial or slang terms.
I think that will work perfectly when you have already seen the film.
Yeah, that's true. If you already know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some swear words.
You can learn some swear words, yes. It seems like a lot of times that's the first thing people learn in another language, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher,
Yeah.
what is the difference? If I listen a song, I can't understand easily. But if someone's speaking or when I watch the movie, I can understand more than the songs. What's the difference? Why we can't understand the songs?
Well, this is an interesting question for the class, I think, because this happens. Think about in your own language, right? Sometimes when I hear a song in English, I'm like, what did they say, right? It's they're either singing quickly or I think part of it is that when we speak in English or in any language, there are sort of natural patterns of intonation, right? The way our voice rises and falls. And in a song, you lose that. It sort of breaks all of those natural rhythms that we have in speaking. So, I don't know. What do you think, class? Why is it so much more difficult to understand songs?
I think I agree with you. The intonation is one of the most difficult items to understand in a song. And also I think in a song the lyrics are using a kind of slang. They use words that normally people in that country use, but you don't get used to. When you are learning, you don't get used to understand properly. They use slang and contractions. At least in English, there are a lot of contractions that you don't never think you could do it, but
right.
they did.
It's true.
There are more reasons, I think. Slang and contractions are another, I think.
Yeah. And I think also sometimes, this goes along with what Rafa was saying, sometimes we, in songs, what the lyrics don't actually make sense. The lyrics are sort of nonsense, or like it's not a full sentence, or there's no verb, or the basic elements of grammar that we stress so much in school and in speaking, they sort of disappear. So I don't know, that's the best I can do, Ali.
Maybe yes, you are right.
Do a lot of you like to watch TV shows and movies in English?
Yes, I usually watch TV shows or movies in English, but it's two parts for me. If I want to understand 100%, I am watching with Turkish subtitle usually, and if I want to listen English without subtitle, I prefer to watch TV shows like sitcom or funny TV shows, because they talk about the daily life too much.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to follow all the episodes.
And so, like, one show that's popular with a lot of English learners is How I Met Your Mother. Is that
Yeah.
one of the ones that you watch?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I watch it, and 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. Yeah. Good.
2 Broke Girls.
2 Broke Girls. I've actually never seen that. Is that good?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's funny.
They are waitress in a cafe or something like that.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Yeah. And what was the name? Undateable, something like that.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, that. Oh, my one of my favorite, the Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang
That one
Theory.
is yeah, that one's funny, but some of the vocabulary in that show is so specific and technical, right? Oh, Bob, you like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah?
And Big Bang Theory is one of the web series I found the more difficult to understand.
You found it to be more difficult.
Yeah, because of that language, that scientific language.
Yeah, they're always talking about physics and complicated things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. And what about the rest of you? Do you like to watch movies and TV in English? Or not?
And what's your favorite TV show, teacher?
Mine. My favorite TV show ever is 30 Rock. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I heard, but I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it? It's like it's kind of a specific type of humor. It's very sort of sarcastic, and I don't know, it's not for everyone, but I think it's so funny. I love it. So check it out. Tell me if you like it.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, and let's end the class with I have one question for the rest of you. Tell me one interesting thing or fun thing that you're doing this weekend.
No interesting thing this weekend.
What's that?
No interesting thing.
Nothing interesting this weekend.
Work.
You're working.
Learning English.
Learning English? Okay.
I was in Italy last weekend, and I was driving in a crazy city like Rome with a rent car, and I have some penalties, and it was so difficult. The people is more crazy than here driving.
The drivers, you mean?
Yeah. But also I enjoy a lot visiting Rome and other places in my vacation time. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's nice. So last weekend you had your fun weekend, and this weekend you're busy?
And I am still on vacation, but I am on Madrid, and I try to visit my mother and friends.
That's nice.
No more.
Good.
I don't have a plan yet. How to say? I will go with the flow, something like that.
I'll go with the flow. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'll go with the flow. I'll just sort of do whatever. If someone suggests something, I'll do that. Yeah, that's a great expression, Ollie. Good. Okay, so let's end the class here. Thank you all very much for participating. And please feel free to send me any messages with questions you have or comments. It was a pleasure to have you all in class. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you all soon. Okay? So, bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye, everyone.